All right. Welcome back to the TW.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Hey, what's up?
It's been a while because we weren't really able to go. Really, I mean, it's because we've been busy. But
Yeah.
now we're back. Are the mics on?
Yeah, I'm not getting anything out of my mic or the headphones.
Well, here,
Yeah, I hear that.
everyone do.
I don't.
No,
I could barely hear
Yeah,
mine. I
nothing out
don't
of this
think.
one either.
try it again.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Hello?
Okay.
I still don't. Yeah, I'm not.
No, do this.
You guys hear this?
No.
Yeah, it's very quiet. I don't know which one you are. Try it. Yeah, that sounds a bit better.
Hello? Yeah. All right.
Yeah. There we go. There we
It's
go.
kind of super loud now.
All right. Yeah. Awesome.
Okay. Cool. So we were talking about Daredevil before. How like they just like a third season just came out. I didn't watch it yet. I'm almost done with the first season. Like the problem, I think I've brought this up in previous shows, but like the problem with me binging stuff is that like I'll just like abruptly stop for whatever reason. Like I'll be busy doing something and I'll just abruptly stop watching something. So I'll be like almost done with a season of a show and then like for whatever reason I just stop watching a show and it's just like I always like I don't even know what to call it, but I always like procrastinate in a way where I'm just like, oh, like I'll watch it another time or something, and then I just forget what happens in the show, and I'm like, damn, I gotta watch it all over again, and then it's just like the same.
No, I feel the
It's
same.
the same
way.
thing.
Yeah.
over and over.
There's pros and cons for the way that Netflix like releases stuff. Like it's nice when you're super into a show like Daredevil. The third season just came out, and you can just get through any like all the episodes as fast as possible or like at the speed you'd like. But then the thing is like you said, like if you stop watching for a while and you're like, oh, it's always there, you'll just forget. And like I know they released a new season of Ozark, their other TV show.
Yeah, I watched Ozark a little bit with my
Yeah.
family too, and
I'll never check that one out.
The second season came out, and like you were saying, same thing. Like once you like it's been so long or you've like stopped watching or like binged a whole season and then another season comes out a year later, you don't remember anything.
Yep.
And
That's
like
true.
it's kind of interesting with like how that there's like some problems with like once something's released all at once, your kind of attention span is just you want to watch it right now, and once it's done, it's just like out of your head.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why shows that are released like weekly or monthly or not monthly. I guess there's no shows that do that, but shows that are released weekly, I guess I feel like those are usually better because you have time to talk about the episode rather than if it's all just dropped off at once.
Yeah,
because there's nothing better than waiting for the next episode of something to come out.
Yeah,
like that's
true.
Like the next like movie or something. Like that's what I find fun.
Like as much as it is annoying to wait a week for the next one, but like that's pretty much like the beauty of like really like a story, like a cliffhanger. Really,
like,
that's
oh
kind
boy,
of
what's gonna happen next?
Yeah, that's kind of the point of it.
Yeah,
kind of to anticipate the audience. And now like now that Netflix shows aren't really doing that, they literally like they release the whole season in one day. It's kind of hard to.
Yeah, they've tried to like change the format up. They had like a comedy show on a while ago, kind of like Tosh.0 and stuff like that. Do you guys know Joel McHale, the comedian?
I think I've heard of him, but I don't really know him personally.
He was on like Community, and like I think he was like the boyfriend from like Ted that like Mila Kunis was dating. But he had like a weekly show on Netflix that would like review like reality TV show clips and all this other stuff. And like I don't know, just like that format and like the style of humor didn't work, and it was just like another one of the shows that Netflix, I think, it canceled like a little over a month ago or something. But they've been like still working out what kind of works and what doesn't with their platform. That got canceled. They just canceled American Vandal.
Wasn't Iron Fist canceled?
They canceled Iron Fist. They canceled Luke Cage.
They canceled Luke Cage?
Yeah.
Damn.
But like everyone was super surprised by did either of you guys watch American Vandal?
No.
It's like a mockumentary like drama series, or not drama. It's like a mockumentary investigative show about like people in high school and like these like juvenile crimes that happen and stuff, and they like go in and try and solve it. And it was like so popular. second season just came out, got great reviews, and then Netflix just dropped it for like no
Oh
reason.
wow, that's weird. Is it like a comedy?
Yeah. It's like
okay.
It's like pretty much just like, you know, those like pretty intense like investigative shows where they try and solve a crime.
Yeah, it's like parodying that basically.
It's parodying that, and the crimes are so stupid. Like they're like really dumb. Like
that's cool.
It's like over like stuff where like I don't know if I could even bring it up for like some of how grotesque it gets at times.
Yeah.
But like it's so like ridiculous. But it's just weird what Netflix has been doing with like making so many shows. And now they're at the point where they're just dropping like all of them every other week.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's always weird to go on Netflix. And it's like, you know, like there's a movie you watched on there or like a show you watched and you come back on, it's like not there anymore.
Yeah.
You're like, oh man, you guys ready to watch this movie? I love this movie. Wait a minute, where'd it go?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I used to be like, at the time I was kind of a fan of Doctor Who, and then like I realized the show kind of like got off of Netflix. I'm like, oh, that kind of sucks. Like, it's just one of those things.
It was on there
like,
for a while, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was on for a long time, and then I guess
wasn't South Park on there too for a long time?
In the early, like years ago, it was. I know it was because I watched a couple.
Oh, the whole show was.
Yeah, or like. Well, like not up to date recently, obviously, but like 5-ish years ago, they had like up to date, like one season behind pretty much.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, pretty much the only thing that's consistent on there now is just them keeping The Office, and that's about it.
Yeah, I wouldn't even be surprised in the slightest if they like dropped The Office soon, just because like they're mostly just trying to keep their own like original shows.
Yeah.
So.
And they're like they're making so many of them now that like. It's just hard to tell like what works and what doesn't.
Yeah.
And like so many different platforms have their own shows. Like Amazon has their own originals now. Hulu has theirs. Everyone's making their own like movies and stuff. Like there's just like so many options. And
yeah, see, like even with anime, like I don't really watch a whole lot of anime, but like I see all these like Netflix adaptations.
There's like Crunchyroll and stuff for anime and like a couple other sites.
Yeah, and then Netflix tries to like make their own Netflix shows, and like I hear people don't even like those shows. It's just, like
they're hit or miss sometimes. When they're good, they're good. When they're not, they're not.
Hit or miss. Guess they never miss.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, there are a lot of like shows that are like specific to one platform. Like I hate how you have to have like the Hulu account and the Amazon Prime account, the Netflix account. You need to have all these different accounts.
Yeah.
So you can watch all these new shows coming out. Or like one show will get taken off of this account or this like platform, and then it'll go to this one. It's like, oh, I don't have that one. So it's like I gotta go get that one now.
Yeah.
And it's like sometimes it's like you kind of have to just choose. Like, do I really need Amazon Prime for like this one series? Or do I really need Netflix for this one series? And I really don't like that. I usually like when all my media is in one place, or like easy to get to. But
yeah, that's what made Netflix so popular, I think. But now that they're making their own shows, it's kind of like.
No, I mean, like,
and not saying that their shows, not saying that their shows are bad by any means. Like,
but
there's a lot of shows that they made.
Everything
really
like congregated.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like Netflix was kind of like the first. It like created that genre that like people really needed but didn't know about, and now, like everyone, once that was like popular and there was pretty much like only Netflix and Hulu, people are like, oh, you can get access to all these shows and movies. I don't really need cable anymore.
Yeah.
But now Amazon has its own site. Disney's making its own. There's like so many more popping up with like everyone going, we have access to these shows, or we only have these movies and you have to get this platform, that like it kind of negates the whole idea of like cutting the cord, I guess, and not having cable, because now it's just there's so many platforms with its own content that like you have to end up buying like 7 or 8 different packages to get everything that you want.
Yeah, the way I do it is like, you know, JP, how he has like certain things, like he has like all of them. We just like leech on and stuff. Basically,
you just like take passwords from other people. And
stuff. We'll just like, it's like, okay, I've got this account, so you can have that account, and then I'll borrow your account. So I was like, I'll use this account. Like, it's easy that way.
Yeah, it's the same thing. That's the same thing with a friend of mine back home. Me and him watch a lot of wrestling, and it's like, there's every wrestling company has their own like streaming stuff, and they're basically like $10 a month. So I'll be like, okay, I have this company, and you can use my password, and you can buy this one, and you know, we basically like negotiate like
who's gonna get what.
Yeah, exactly. which is kind of like,
No, if it works, it works. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But it's just it gets so expensive because there's like so many different
of course,
platforms, and it's just there doesn't need to be all of these different. But it's like I understand why they're doing it is because it's working and they're making money off of it.
Yep.
So why wouldn't they do that?
Yeah, until the whole kind of platform shifts again, and
then we get Blockbusters again.
I actually,
that'd be cool.
I would go. I miss Blockbuster. Like that it's an experience. You go out there and you like, it's something to do, and like I just miss that. I would actually like if they opened up Blockbuster again, I would go. They're thinking about like doing stuff like that. Like I feel like
Blockbusters and Redbox.
Yeah,
I don't think that there's any space for it right now. There's got to be like.
Give it a couple of years. I'm hoping that in some way it'll make a comeback somehow.
I hope so too. I just don't see it. I feel like people are too lazy to go out and go like look through them.
Yeah, I miss it. It's so nostalgic.
It too, but
yeah, I remember like every weekend when I was a kid, like we would literally make an event out of like going to Blockbuster and like renting whatever.
And that's the thing too, is like even like getting the movie when you go to those places. It isn't the experience of going there is good just because you just get to like walk around, like admire stuff that you like, talk about all that stuff.
Yeah,
it's just like a place to be instead of like kind of gets you out and gets you something to do, I guess. And it's like, I don't know.
I always like getting the candy at the Blockbuster store. So like, like you'd rent a movie and then I'd be like, hey, can I get this like candy or whatever? And then my mom would be like, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I remember like also. This also has a lot to do with other things too, like video games and such.
Renting games too.
Yeah, it's like
that was fun.
I like holding movies or video games like in its case.
Yeah.
That's why like people I know like install games and I'm like, yeah, but like I kind of just like having a game like authentically.
It's hard.
So I'd rather like wait for something longer just to get the case. So I don't know what it is.
It's hard to describe, but like actually owning it and going like even like if its sole purpose is to just like be played on your Xbox or play a DVD through like a DVD player, like having it like it just is kind of different.
Physical media is like like it sucks. Like a lot of people don't care about having the physical copy of a thing, but there's definitely a lot of people that really do. Like a lot of like collectors and stuff. Like me, I guess I specifically like having all my like movies up on a wall, all my books and like comics or whatever.
Have them in alphabetical order. The way
one of my good friends has like
exactly.
He's this huge movie guy, and I see like he has this huge collection of like all these movies, like good and bad, and it's just like it's honestly just like I just look at them sometimes like, oh my god, you have this movie? He's like, yeah, I bought it for like $5 over here. I'm like,
exactly. It's like stuff like that's really cool.
It's interesting to look at. It's really interesting.
Stuff like that is really cool.
Yeah,
but with all this like digital media, it's kind of it's getting like phased out almost.
Yeah.
I get the convenience of it, and I've like Black Ops 4 that just came out, and like I just decided to install it.
Fun.
I've been playing it. I still haven't gotten a win in the battle royale mode. I'm not that.
Oh, me neither. But I feel like I'm better at it than Fortnite. That's for sure.
Exact opposite for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow,
very good game.
But like
it's
again.
So fun.
Yeah, again, I get the convenience of installing something, but like I just prefer to buy something physically. Just because
see, like you run out of space so quickly when you install. Like that's what I really hate. It was so easy to have hundreds of games on like old Xbox or PS3 or whatever.
Yeah,
because it's like you did download some stuff to your hard drive, but like I had like a bunch of like arcade games. Then I had all the data from like all of my games on my hard drive, and I like. There's literally like you're talking about like 50, 60, 100 games there that I had installed at once. But on my like, friend's Xbox One, he can hardly install like 5 games, or, like 4 games. And it's like that's the only way that you can do that because you can't play it off the disc, can you? Like you have to install it somewhat on the Xbox.
Yeah, you still have to install it
on Xbox.
Like old Xbox 360, you could just like put it in your Xbox and play.
Exactly.
But now there's just like so many like
hoops
technological upgrades and stuff. I know Red Dead Redemption 2 just came out. I haven't gotten it yet, but I want it.
Was good.
It is the original Xbox One, like not the newest one or whatever, not like the Xbox One Pro or anything like that. Had 500 gigabytes, and Red Dead Redemption 2 right now, before any other updates, is 104 gigabytes.
Exactly. That's like
1/5 of what you can store.
That's ridiculous, actually.
Even if you get like the big model of the Xbox too, like the terabyte one, like you spend like what? How much is that? Like $300, $500 for like the bigger models.
My friend had to buy a terabyte just to like.
I had to buy
get all of his games
external hard drive and too. They take up so much space.
And you can't even buy like some like crappy like hard drive or whatever from like Best Buy. You have to buy like a specific Xbox hard drive, right?
A lot of them do work. It just depends on. I think there are like some qualifications, but like to get like decent storage, you have to pay like another like $70-$80.
Damn, I remember on the Xbox 360, my friend's house, I'd always see he'd like pop in different flash drives and stuff.
Yeah,
that was kind of funny. But he also hacked his Xbox, so that probably was like what had to do with that as well.
Yeah, everyone knows someone like that. I've a lot of friends that have done stuff like that.
But no, it seemed like old. Okay, now we're just talking about video games. I hope that's all right with you guys on the TW. Sometimes that's just how it goes. But no, yeah, the old like Xbox 360 and PS3 had like a very user-friendly interface and the user-friendly like how it would like work. But with newer consoles, I'll be honest, I don't own one, but from what I've seen, it seems like it's very like finicky. You have to be like really on top of like how much games you have installed or how much stuff you have like installed into your
really like that.
Your like your Xbox or PS3 or PS4, or else you're gonna run out of space. And exactly. To me that seems so strange because my friend's like, oh, I don't know if I could play that game. I don't know if I haven't installed. I'm like, you haven't installed? I'm like, why not just pop in the disc? And like, I don't think that. And he's like, that's not how it works now. And I'm like, okay.
Like, it's really like
that's weird.
There's pros and cons when there are upgrades like that. But I know just one thought that I had is like with games that like you don't actually buy and you can install. For some games, I know for Red Dead Redemption 2, if you pre-ordered it like and you were just gonna like install it on your Xbox and not buy a physical copy, you could pre-download it on your Xbox before it came out. So the second it came out, you could immediately start playing. But it's just like, I don't know. There's a lot of pros and cons when it comes to this new technology and upgrading everything where like it's better and like games are better and faster and you have like some benefits. But then there's just like the same problems that arise with all this new stuff.
Oh, no. There's definitely benefits to installing games and then there's benefits to having them on disc.
Yeah.
But like when I think about gaming today, I think it's like there's even on PC where I play, there's a lot of hoops you have to jump through. Like you have to make an account for this gaming site, or you have to make an account for this thing, and then when you get into the game, you have to like do all the updates and stuff. With games back in the day, you just pop in the disc and like sure there might be like a patch or two, but then you're in it.
Yeah.
But now you have to like install the game. You have to do like this. You have to get the
patches. and there's an update like depending on what kind of game you're playing. Like there's an update for all like every other day at times.
Yeah.
It's weird. Yeah. Like Fortnite, probably like
once a week. Probably
yeah, once a week an update. Like some games that I like.
I guess in my mind.
Yeah, I mean,
for an online game.
Yeah.
If it's a single player game, like if you're playing like Fallout or something like that, then there shouldn't really be an update like every day.
Yeah.
Not that there was, but
yeah, but some games it's like some of the updates are like every other day, and then it takes like literally like it would take a half hour just for it to update. And it's like, what are you updating? You just updated something like last week.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Really kind of messes with your whole day too, because you're like, all right, I'm gonna do this now, and you sit down and you're like, well, now I have to just wait half an hour.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, you just like you set up your PS4, you're like, all right, let's play the new Red Dead. All right.
Ooh, look.
Download 5 hours.
Oh wait. You have to delete all your games before it even starts installing. Yeah. Wow.
I will be honest. With my PC, I did spend a lot of money to have like the space to like install all the games I want to play. And that's where I feel like my like situation is similar to like your situation, like on like consoles and stuff. Because on PC, you have to also install the game. But for me, like my downloads are usually pretty quick. But like I'll download like a Fortnite update in like a second, and I'll look at like the JP's PS4, and it'll be like going for like
it's ridiculous sometimes. Yeah, for consoles, it gets really slow.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I do miss like being like on the old consoles and just being able to put the disc in and just play.
Yeah. I mean, there's there's a lot to be appreciated with like the simplicity, like being able to sit down, plug it in, being able to have 4 people play the same game at the same time. Yeah. Even multiplayer too.
Halo
like
LAN parties or like stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean it's just kind of disappearing now, and like it kind of changes the whole environment that we kind of experience all this stuff. And like I've have such fond memories of just like doing that, just tossing a game in, 4 of your friends just hanging out and immediately be able to play and like have everyone. Now it's just different.
You know what was really good? Like the most immediate, like Game Boy cartridges and like DS games. You literally just pop it in, turn it on, and it's instantly on.
Yeah,
there's no updates. It just was there. Those are the good old days.
The good old days. These kids will never understand.
I feel like I feel like an old man like talking about this. Like, oh, back in my day, you put a game in immediately and it just starts playing.
Now you put it in, there's like 5.
Like I'm just gonna be like that annoying guy, and like I'm gonna be that annoying old guy in like 5 years, be like, oh, back in my day when I had the Xbox 360. Blah 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 blah.
The funny thing is, it's not even like it was that
gaming
long ago.
sucks
like
today.
10 years ago.
You young people.
Well, actually, crap. Yeah, that was like 10 years ago, 11 years ago. Yeah. 2007.
It's only a matter of time before I'm that old, grouchy old guy. Just
counting down the days.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Jeez.
There you go.
Yeah.
What were we talking about?
Well,
we were talking about Black Ops 4 for a little bit. Let's just talk about that because that game is so fun.
All right, yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, I
just want to talk about video games now.
Yeah,
I do like Black Ops 4. I mean, I haven't won a game yet. I gotten so close to winning one time
for Battle Royale, right?
Battle Royale, yeah. Like I was in second place, and I picked up the wrong gun by accident, and then I just got
that's just how it is.
Destroyed.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I've been playing way more of the multiplayer, and I have not had time to play any video games, but I've found some time to play last night and the other night, and every time I played, I just sat down and played multiplayer, and it is so fun.
Yeah, multiplayer is pretty fun too.
It's like the perfect amount of like fast-paced action where but not too crazy.
I've never played the game I'm about to bring up now, but like I feel like it kind of reminds me of Overwatch in a way where it's like people have their own kind of purpose and they have.
I've played Overwatch.
Everyone has like their own ability.
I see what you're talking about, like how they have like the ultimate.
Not like I'm not saying they're ripping it off.
No,
saying, like,
there's like you can like find.
There's different characters you can play,
I get
and
that.
it's like they have different.
You're not comparing it to Overwatch. You're saying that it's like similar. How like that works.
Similar-ish.
Yeah.
No, I agree that there's some similarities there.
The like kind of whole franchise is shifting a little bit. Like it didn't really there weren't like classes with different like abilities for people. Like one person wouldn't have a rocket launcher and the other person wouldn't have like a dog that you could spawn. It's kind of changed a lot, and I don't know, it's a lot different from
old Call of Duty games.
Like it's just every year it just gets a little bit different. But how do you guys feel that they released it without a story mode?
I find that to be very interesting. I had not been following the Call of Duty Black Ops storyline for a while.
Yeah.
But correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the first Call of Duty ever to be released without a story mode.
Yep.
Now,
yeah, I think so.
I feel it to be a bad step or a step in the wrong direction because Call of Duty originally was a very story-based game.
Like, with
play
great missions.
1 or 2, or like even like in the beginning when it like was really kind of spawned from like Medal of Honor.
Yeah.
Back like originally, or like SOCOM, even though those weren't technically Call of Duty games, but a lot of people that worked on those did work on Call of Duty 1, 2, and 3. Call of Duty was originally a very story-driven game, and there was a lot of like really good stories that it told. Now, like if we're talking about like World at War or the Black Ops quadrilogy, I guess as it is now, even though there's technically not a story in 4. Or the Modern Warfare series.
Yeah, they literally.
There's a lot of stuff going on.
They honestly I don't really have a problem with it. It doesn't really matter at this point. But it's like I feel like they only made it Black Ops 4. They're just
doing it based on name alone.
Name and money. Like if they called it like Call of Duty, blah blah blah. Like I don't think it would have. I mean, still a lot of people would buy it because it's like a battle royale based Call of Duty.
Yeah,
you know what I think they're doing? I feel like. Right now, I feel like they know people are following the zombies storyline more. So that's why I think they're focusing.
Zombies is kind of weird. Like it's not bad, but
they keep making it really more and more intricate. Like now there's like gladiators and stuff.
Now I'm like really interested in the zombie storyline.
Yeah.
Like, at first I thought it was weird. I was like, there's a story to it now. That's really peculiar. But now I watched like a bunch of videos that were like 2 hours long or like an hour long, and I finally like started to figure out like what was going on with it.
It's so intricate. It's gonna take me a while to figure it out compared to the other ones.
So I feel like they're definitely putting a lot of their efforts into that.
Yeah.
I mean, it does. I'll be honest, it does suck. There is no story. I know a lot of people don't care about that, and honestly, I probably wouldn't have found the time to play it. But I feel like it's like the principle of it.
Yeah.
It just goes to show that that's something that they don't particularly care about right now, which isn't like an issue. If they don't care about it, they don't care about it. They're focusing on the multiplayer, Blackout, and zombies or whatever. And you know what? If that's what they want to focus on, that's what they want to focus on. I'm not gonna blame them. They're doing well. I like the multiplayer. I like Blackout. I like zombies.
I think since Black Ops 2, like after Black Ops 2, like the stories, the stories, like whether it be like Treyarch or Sledgehammer or whatever
the developers,
whatever the developers were, the stories just kind of started to like the value of the stories kind of just started to lower, in my opinion. Because
no, I get that.
Like they didn't even like in Black Ops 3, like I played it for like a good like 10 minutes. I just got so bored.
Can't even like
I don't even remember any of the characters.
Yeah, like they kind of just like
they're just like
lose focus on like
like
what was
most
good.
of the Call of Duty storylines. They're like, oh, let's get a bunch of famous people in these stories.
Yeah,
and like people will follow it, right? But it's like no, because their characters are so generic.
Yeah, that you don't even remember.
Yeah, you don't even remember their name.
Like
it's like
they've started to like deteriorate a little bit. I know one of their it might not be the worst selling one, but in recent years they released Infinite Warfare, which like no one really got or played, and even like you were saying, like famous people being in the story mode kind of cast. They had the guy that played.
Was that the one with Kevin Spacey?
No, that was Advanced. That's how forgettable they are sometimes. But Infinite Warfare, Jon Snow was the villain. The guy that plays Jon Snow.
Oh wait, really?
Yeah, and he was like in it for. I think they said he was in it for like, I don't know, like maybe 1/3 of the actual story. Like he was barely in it, but he was the main villain. And it was just so forgettable that no one cared. Kevin Spacey one, also pretty forgettable. Like no one.
It's like they just don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
I played that one. And it was like.
It was okay.
It was okay. I only played it because Kevin Spacey was in it. Like,
yeah, which was interesting at the time.
Yeah, and now it's like.
Yeah.
But I was like in the middle of playing it. I'm like,
It was it's just kind
Kevin Spacey's kind of cool.
He was like a decent actor. not in today's time.
I'm probably not gonna play it again.
Yeah. But do you guys think that like with all these changes, you should still be paying $60 for like what they promised every year without like with less stuff actually in the game?
With the question like that, I used to think the same way. I was like, if they're removing the story or if they're like lacking in these places, why would we buy it for $60? And I've been showing that with my own wallet. I haven't bought the past like 4 Call of Duties. I haven't bought a Call of Duty since Black Ops 2.
Yeah,
it was. But this was the first one I bought since then, Black Ops 4, because I felt like there was a lot of content in it. And my thoughts on that specifically is if there isn't content in it that I'm interested in, then I'm not going to purchase that game.
Yeah.
And Black Ops 4 had content I was interested in. It had the zombies, which, I mean, obviously that's going to be in every one of them. It has the zombies. It had the Blackout, and it had the multiplayer that looked very interesting. So for me, in my personal opinion, I still think that it was worth the money I spent on it. I feel like it is a pretty well-polished game. It still needs some work, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I think Blackout, like I like Blackout, but I think Blackout needs a lot more updating.
I still think it's very polished. I think it's very polished for.
Oh no, not like gameplay wise, but it's just like the environment is so like
very barren. No, I agree with that. But I just moment, think that it is very polished.
Time.
I think it's very polished. It just needs work.
With time it'll get better. But
exactly.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think that like, I mean, like, it has kind of shifted where like COD used to just be like story, multiplayer, zombies, and now it's multiplayer, zombies, and also Blackout, which is just another form of multiplayer. And I guess you can kind of make the argument where like, oh well, like if they didn't put in like this one mode, like story mode, but no one really like cares about story mode, you can kind of take different opinion like sides on like if you believe you should still be paying $60 for just like multiplayer, even though like other games like Fortnite, which are like just multiplayer and have battle royale, are free.
Let's think about it this way.
I think
you can say your thing first.
Sorry. I think Fortnite's kind of like a different thing because it's like, yeah, it's free, but literally like I wouldn't say every month or like every few months you have to pay like $10 anyway. So either way, like
they get
Epic, either way, Epic Games is still making probably just as much money as Call of Duty is, just because
probably
the way they
more. I think they've made like
probably even more. Yeah, I wouldn't even be surprised.
Not
I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Yeah.
I think it's just how they're marketing it. It's like, oh, you only get to pay $10 every few months for like the new update. That it doesn't sound bad to me, in all honesty. Like,
yeah,
if I was better at the game, like I'd probably invest more into it. But like,
yeah, for me, oh wait, hold on a minute. I just completely lost my train of thought there.
Yeah, sorry about that. I felt it was pretty important.
What was I gonna say? No, that was good. That was very good. I'm just trying to think of what I was trying to think of. Oh my god. Like what were you saying before about that? Like I know it's something it had to do with like Fortnite, like free to play games.
I was saying that like how COD has kind of changed where they've like taken out a main like integral part in their games and like kind of have given you less and like making you still pay full price, but there are other like platforms like Fortnite which give you like multiplayer and battle royale, but they're free. Like, where do you stand on like? Do you think you should be paying that much money for something that like you can get somewhere else or is like lesser than before, or like do you think it's fine just like paying $60 for?
Okay, so for me and that statement, I feel Call of Duty is an established like franchise, right? So you always expect it to be $60, November, whatever, or December, whenever it usually comes out. You expect that. Like those like dates, like every 4 years, every 2 years, every year, whatever. It's coming out. It's gonna have this, it's gonna have that. Maybe it'll have something new. But with Fortnite, that was like they basically took a risk on it. Like Epic Games, like they made like Save the World or whatever, and that wasn't doing too hot. So they're like,
and then they just kind of shifted.
They shifted the whole focus to their battle royale.
Yeah,
and they made a lot of money on it. But that was a whole shot in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, they made a lot of money off it.
Mm-hmm.
But they can't make that cost money. I'm sure if they could go back and make it cost money, maybe they would, maybe they wouldn't. I don't know. But the thing with that is it didn't cost money. And you didn't expect it to cost money. Because no one played Save the World. So, like, that's the thing. You don't expect Fortnite to cost any money because it was free.
Yeah.
But you would expect Call of Duty to have some price tag attached to it because of like the name brand, the production of it, like the studio and stuff. And that's not to say that Fortnite doesn't have like a big production team and studio behind it, like people working on it around the clock.
Yep.
But let's think about it this way. Call of Duty gets like billions of dollars or millions of dollars pumped into it every year, every game. So it does make a little bit more sense why Call of Duty would still have the price tag attached to it, in my opinion, at least.
Yeah.
I don't know if it warrants a $60 price tag or a $70 price tag, but I still believe it does warrant some price tag because it's like it is like a really expensive game to create for the company, and like for their shareholders, they got to make money.
Yeah,
they're a company, and they're not gonna make it all on like their like in-game loot boxes or whatever. Because I don't think Black Ops 4 actually has any. Does it? I don't know.
They have. I think it's only for PS4 players right now, but I think they kind of have like I forgot what it's called. It's kind of like Fortnite when it has like a battle pass and stuff.
So it's just like cosmetics and stuff.
Yeah, you don't have to pay for the battle pass though. I don't think you have to.
Yeah,
I think it's just an update.
So for me, at least right now, the way I look at it is Black Ops 4 is just a complete package. They made it, probably put like $1 million or a couple millions of dollars into it, however much money they spent on making that game. And they shipped it. And we bought it for like $60. And we're playing it now. We're enjoying it. But with Fortnite, you download the game, you buy the battle pass, maybe you buy a skin or two. Next month or next couple months, you buy another battle pass. So their form of revenue is from like streamers you buying the battle pass or buying V-Bucks, that's how they make their money.
Mhm.
Fortnite came onto the scene as this game that no one heard about, and it became something that everyone knows about. And now it generates money like nothing else.
Yeah. It's like it's like a pretty big change because like no like actual like console PC video game. I mean I guess there are like free to play games that kind of generate that kind of money, but like it's just such a big change. I'm kind of wondering how the whole platform will shift with like how much money it's made for something that's baseline free and can get money through cosmetics and stuff like that don't change the game. I'm just interested to see what the future looks like with like how successful this type of development is and like if it'll affect other franchises like Call of Duty saw how popular the Battle Royale franchise was. They were like, okay, if we put that in, the past games haven't been selling that well, so maybe this will like help us. And it obviously did because it sold ridiculously, really well, even without story mode and stuff like that. So I guess like in the future we'll just have to see like if other franchises end up kind of shifting as well and maybe changing how their games work or how you pay for them or stuff like that. Because like I feel like there's just like a big shift occurring.
I can see it too.
Yeah.
I think the only again, the whole like people questioning like whether a game or not should be $60. Like I think the only reason now why people are questioning it, especially, is because Fortnite's like free. Yeah.
So it's like, kind of like people are looking at that.
Yeah, but at the same time, like people have like you get like once you get into the game, like you know you don't have to like spend money on it.
There's just like the option there.
Yeah, there's just the option's still there, but they're still finding ways to get money off of people, which isn't a bad thing. You know, like people need like the game needs to make money in order for it to keep going.
Business. They want exactly. Somehow. Yeah, you can't really blame you can blame businesses for predatory like ways of like trying to make money off of you, but like again, you can't really blame for that because they got to make money somehow.
That's what I was like. At the same
free-to-play model.
At the same time, you know, it may seem different, but Epic Games is still finding ways to make money off of people. Yeah. The same way that Call of Duty is. It's just a different I guess there's a different strategy behind it.
Yeah,
if
definitely.
I would call it that. So
that's I guess we'll see what happens with that whole thing. But yeah, I mean, it's a lot of differences. I guess for a new topic, I guess. Did either of you guys watch the World Series?
Wait a minute,
no.
It's 3:44.
Oh yeah, we probably don't have a whole lot of time.
We could probably talk about it for the next like 10 minutes, maybe.
Yeah, we can talk for 10 minutes. Yeah.
Don't we have the hour?
Yeah, we have the hour.
Yeah, we have the hour.
So let's keep it going. World Series. I didn't watch it, so you guys are going to fill me in.
Damn. Red Sox won. That's all I heard.
As a Massachusetts fan,
I've been so busy. I haven't had a chance. But Massachusetts, we got a Red Sox fan.
I'm a Yankee guy.
Two Yankees fans.
I don't watch a lot of baseball as much, but I just always grew up to be a Yankee fan. So I was hoping the Yankees
did it hurt a little bit when the Red Sox had that one game where it was like 15-1 or something ridiculous?
That hurt. That hurt a little bit.
A little bit. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When I saw that, I was like,
really brings the mood down. I know for the once they actually beat the Yankees, they like went to their kind of like room like in the stadium or whatever, and like obviously had champagne and stuff like that. Yeah. But they like to really rub it in their face. They played like New York by like Frank Sinatra and like popping bottles of champagne, which is that's really rubbing putting some dirt in their eye there, rubbing it in a little bit. But no, it was really interesting. I obviously like for the final games, like I watched all of them, but they had the longest game in the World Series in history, which was like 7 hours and 20 minutes.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
18 innings. It was and the Red Sox lost too, which kind of hurt, but like trying to get through that, and like in LA it ended up wrapping up a little after midnight, but it like on this side of the coast it ended up finishing at like 3:30 in the morning. So, like the only people that really ended up watching it are like the dedicated people.
Diehard fans.
Yeah. But no, it was a really interesting series. Like Red Sox pretty much just like swept. Like I think they beat the Yankees 5-1 or 4-1.
There was some pretty abysmal games on the Yankee side.
Dodgers 4-1
for sure.
I don't remember what it was for the Astros, but it was really interesting to watch. Yeah.
It was a bummer though. least for Yankees fans. But for Red Sox fans,
yeah, not
Yeah,
for me.
good.
It was pretty good.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
I'll throw some hands.
Yeah, once this is over, bro, we're coming.
Yeah.
Red Sox fans.
We'll see what happens next year.
No, just kidding.
Good.
Honestly, no, I don't really follow baseball too much, but like when I do, when I hear through like the grapevine of stuff, like you'll hear like a little bit about it. And I did go to one game and the Yankees lost, but it seems like the Yankees kind of had like a pretty bad season a little bit almost.
Yeah, they haven't had the best.
Like they did good in some games, but like sometimes they just got trounced a lot. It's crazy.
Yeah.
The Red Sox did really good this season.
Really good. Yeah,
they did crazy.
I mean, I don't know. They don't call Boston Title Town for nothing. It's ridiculous. The Red Sox, I think, have won the past 4 out of 15 World Series, which is like crazy.
Yeah.
Like 1 out of 4 World Series that have happened, they've won pretty much, which is ridiculous. Like, I think Matt, like Boston has won like some sort of championship, like a ridiculous amount over the past like 18 years, like almost one every year.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I guess that's my thoughts on the World Series.
Go Yankees. Go Yankees.
Maybe next year.
Get them next year, please.
Yeah.
Or the Red Sox will just do it again.
Oh man, getting destroyed out here.
Yeah. It really be like that.
It really
do be like that.
It really do be like that. Well, that's the TW for you, I guess.
That is the TW. Just us rambling.
Video games, baseball, movies.
Yep.
And Netflix and stuff like that.
Netflix and shows.
Well, it's been fun. All right. Have a good one, everybody.
I'll see you guys.
Peace.
Later.